Damn it, boy. I'm AKA Bands. This is Support This TV. How about you do me a quick little favor and hit that like button for me? I appreciate all my supporters out there. I already made a post when I was talking about 50 Cent. Basically, saying he either gonna leave Power or he gonna take Power off Stars. In a blog I posted up a couple days ago. Check it out if you haven't. But 50 Cent put this up. He said, I expect my ideas to work. I'm not sure if people are ready for how I'm going to change things. Power is behind only Game of Thrones. If I told you how much more was spent on Game of Thrones, you would think Power is already number one. Now, 50 Cent is referring to Game of Thrones, the high budget big show that comes on HBO at 9 o'clock on Sundays, just like Power. They come on at the same time slot. Now, 50 Cent put this post up about Game of Thrones too. But this wasn't so humbling. He said, Power, check me out. No fantasy, no dragons in this one. We lit. 50 Central, BET. Now, the hashtag 50 Central is promoting his new show that's coming up. 50 Cent always hashtag his businesses and ventures that he got coming up. Now, when he say no fantasy, no dragons in this one, he's taking a shot at Game of Thrones because they got a lot of fantasy, got dragons, sword fighting, war, you name it, man. They got everything. It's a great show. I like it. I love Power. I do not watch them at the same time. I record one or the other. For me personally, you can't compare the two shows because they are totally different. The only comparison on these shows, they come on premium cable, and the fact that they come on at the same time slot. Now, a lot of people has put posts up basically telling me that they watch Stars on apps. They don't watch it through upgrading their cable package. They actually get the $10 app a month, which is cool. And a lot of people are doing that. And if you look at this figure right here, 830,000 total plays this season in the season opener for Stars. So over 800,000 people is watching Stars on an app. That was at the season opener. Now, if you look at the season opener of Game of Thrones this year, 26 total million viewers. 26 total million viewers. Now, that's not just people watching on TV. That's people with the DVR, watching it later, streaming it or whatever. People that's watching it through apps and all forms of platforms or whatever. So a lot of people are watching Game of Thrones. That's why I said it's not really a comparison. People look at Power and they put it in this box as being this black show because most people that watch Power are black. So this is a chart breakdown of Sunday shows. And Game of Thrones is number one. Power being number four. Power being number five, excuse me. Power is number five on this list out of all Sunday shows that come on cable. But it's number two at the 9 o'clock time slot. So at the 9 o'clock time slot, Game of Thrones come on and then Power come on. At that time slot, Power is number two. Only behind Game of Thrones, which 50 is right. Overall, on Sundays, Power is number five. Well, I want a lot of people out there to understand this right here. Power do views of 1 million, 2 million, sometimes 3 million on Sundays. Power even let they show, you can watch Power early in the morning on demand. You ain't even got to wait till 9 o'clock to watch Power. Kind of already know that Game of Thrones is winning this battle. And I'm not talking about the battle with Power. I'm talking about the battle with television, period, on Sundays. This last season that if you go on demand on your cable box, Power is already on there on Sundays. You don't have to wait till 9 o'clock to watch Power. It's already ready for you. You go on demand. A lot of times that's what I do. I watch Power early and watch Game of Thrones at 9. Or if I don't watch it early, I'll DVR one of them. But, that's how they doing it. So, and it's smart to do it that way so people won't be choosing which show to watch because a lot of people watch both shows. But, as we all know, 50 Cent is very passionate about Power. He's very passionate about a lot of stuff that he do. I want to ask y'all, how many of y'all watch Power and watch Game of Thrones? How many of y'all think it's a fair comparison to compare the two shows? I don't think it's a fair comparison because Game of Thrones, they spend tens of millions per episode. Game of Thrones spend like a movie budget per episode, man. Game of Thrones budget is crazy. Look it up, man. It's crazy. But I don't think it's worth comparing the two shows because they are different. This is my opinion. But I'm AKA Bands. This is Support This TV. Make sure you share, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We can debate this. If you look at my channel views and my channel comments, I'm always debating with somebody. So let me know. Peace.